Yo, people, you telling me back again for another footy talk. The World Cup is over. Don's in the building. What you telling me, my bro?
I'm chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm chilling. World Cup's done now, Rants. You know what I'm saying? But Saturday, we got the biggest news of the window. So I'm sure people are going to want to get our views on that today, blood. You know what I'm saying? All right, big up Rants every time, man. And big up the chat. What's everyone saying, man? What's everyone saying?
Big up the chat, bro. Listen, I can't lie, bro. I feel like, it's the only place to start, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's talking about it. And yeah, bro, 117 million out of nowhere, blood. What you telling me?
I want to get your take first, bro. I want to get your take.
You don't need to hear my take, bro. Share your take and then I'll give you my take.
Whoa, listen. I'm happy in it. I'm delighted with the signing, if anything, in it. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, there's nothing better than finessing one of your ops, yeah? One of their main targets as well, blood. You know what I'm saying? Because all we've been hearing is, you know, Mikel's been whining and dining this guy. Mikel's been going to golf with my man. He's been going to paddle with my man. He's been going Pilates with my man. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing personal training sessions with my man. Yeah? Bare personal, bare one-on-one things with my man. But somehow, we're the ones that have walked away with this guy, bro. Yeah? Somehow the team that finished 10th, the team that are finished, the team that everyone wants to leave, yeah? The team with the worst project. How the hell have we done this, bro? Yeah? How have we done this, Rants, bro? I'm telling you, on Saturday, bruv, I was out and about in that heat, yeah? I went to a tournament, yeah? And I woke up about 2 minutes before the news came through, bro. It came through on my phone, and I swear down, bro, I scrolled up on the notification. When the notification comes on your phone, I pushed it out of the way because I thought it was fake news, innit? I thought it was like one of them David Poonstein. Have you seen the David Poonstein page?
Yeah.
I thought it was David Poonstein, yeah? And obviously my phone starts going crazy, bro. I've checked it now. I'm seeing, wait, Chelsea have got 117 million agreed in one goal like that. I was so confused, bro. I'm like, this guy was meant to be going Arsenal, bro. It was literally the exact same feeling that I had, yeah, with Mudryk. It's like, what do you mean Mudryk's coming Chelsea, bro? What do you actually mean Rodgers is coming Chelsea, bro? Because what go on? Like the other day, Fabrizio said, yo, you know, now that England are out, talks are gonna be advanced. I'm thinking that's a done deal.
Brother, he was in my head, he was an Arsenal player. So when I saw the news, I was just in pure disbelief. I didn't believe it. I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I couldn't compute. My mind couldn't compute what happened.
My mind couldn't compute what was going on because I'm looking at the price. I'm looking at the fact that we haven't even finished in Europe. I'm thinking about the wages that we must have offered my man. I'm thinking of the fact that Mikel's been whining and dining my man. I'm thinking of the fact that apparently they've got Berta, the all-time sporting director. There's bare things that are going through my mind that I'm struggling to understand, bro. Yeah? And that's what I keep telling you, Rants, yeah? I like this silence, bro. I like this silence, yeah? Because man have been trying to cook me, you know, that doesn't mean that they're doing anything. I said, bro, we don't know what silence means because at the end of the day, you can only know what silence means at the end of the window, yeah? And as it is right now, these guys were clearly cooking something, bro. You know what I'm saying? They were clearly cooking something. And to be honest with you, yeah, Ornstein and Fab, they've never said Chelsea have left talks during this whole time. Every time that they put out, so basically the Athletic normally put out like this thing called the deal sheet. I don't know if you've heard of it, the deal sheet, yeah?
No.
So basically it's like what they do, they release this thing for all clubs and they talk about all the transfers for each club in it that have happened or on the verge of happening. So they'll break down United, they'll break down Chelsea, they'll break down Liverpool, etc., etc. For the Chelsea thing, they've always maintained that we're still there for Rodgers, right? Same thing as Fabrizio. They've always said it's a long shot for Chelsea, but Chelsea still keep trying. Yeah. You had the hand of wank. Yeah. The hand of wank.
Shout out Judges. You know? Oh my days. That video killed me, you know. I said the hand of wank, you know, bro. Man said it's not my money. You get me? Man said it was God.
He's not having. You see the hand of wank, yeah? He's not having a great summer, mate. Yeah. He's not having a great summer, mate. I even put a tweet out saying, yo, I think this guy's, you know, access to the building has been revoked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking dark.
I can't lie. I think the access to that one has been revoked, bro. Because this guy was talking about Monga. What did he say? He said Monga's a done deal. We put it in his little Discord and that, yeah, that Monga's a done deal. That one got swiped. Yeah.
So where did he go?
Say that again?
Where did that Monga you end up?
You don't know he went to Man City, bro. You got hijacked.
Oh yeah, of course. The City. Hold on, he was meant to go Arsenal that year.
He was meant to go Arsenal, bro. Yeah. He was meant to go Arsenal. And that's what I was telling Dan Potts earlier. I said, bro, you man had a little taster with Monga, right?
Nah.
You take long in the window. This is what's gonna happen, bro. This is what's gonna happen. Man's trying to juggle so many plates. Because you know they like this thing about Berta. Oh, he dips into bare plates. He dips into bare food. Yeah. Come like them buffet places. You know them buffet places that sell Chinese, they sell Indian, they sell Nigerian. Yeah. Them fusion places. Let me tell you about them fusion places, bro. Them fusion places is where you leave with diarrhea, bro. Yeah?
Trust me, them man they don't cook nothing well. You know what I'm saying?
They don't cook nothing well, bro. Why am I seeing a Muzungu selling me jollof rice, bro? That don't make sense. Yeah? That don't make sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing a Chinese man selling me Indian, that don't make sense, right?
I hear it.
That's exactly what's happening here. You've got all these plates spinning on your hand. That don't make sense when you're doing it by yourself, bro. Because clearly you got to hack it. 1 second he's, oh yeah, Monga. Oh yeah, shit. Oh, we go back to them. Oh yeah, Rodgers. Oh yeah. By the time you know it, Anderson's been bought now, Rants. Yeah?
It's mad.
Anderson's been bought. And guess what? That 80 million that Villa said they would accept at the beginning, the price has changed, my friend. The price has changed. The market has changed now. Stocks have changed.
I thought it was going to be like a 90 million thing for Rodgers.
And that's exactly what they said, bro. Hand of my man came out earlier talking about, what did he say? He said, yeah, what I just said to you there. Villa said they would accept up to like 80 million. But then after the whole Anderson thing, the price changed, bro. Right? And that goes back to Berta. Why were you delaying? What were you waiting for, bro? Because man ain't going to tell me it's the World Cup. Anderson left whilst he was at the World Cup. Yeah?
Yeah. You know what? Because Villa had FFP issues, Arsenal probably thought that they could try a thing, innit?
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? These men were just sitting there. They thought that everything's cushy and that because they've won the league now, they could just sit here and just bully everyone in the window, bro. It don't work like that. Because there's also other attractive projects, bro. Just because you won the league last season doesn't now mean you're going to keep winning it and keep winning it and keep winning it and keep winning it. And everyone's going to be looking at Arsenal as the team they want to go to. It don't work like that. Yeah? It don't work like that. And that's exactly what Xabi Alonso showed. Because Xabi, big up Abdi, perfect timing. Xabi got on the phone and said, bro, fuck them man off there. Fuck them man off. Yeah? Fuck them man off, bro. What we need right now, yeah, is you to come here and play with your boy Cole. We need the double ice. We need the double celebration. Yeah? We need that double celebration, bro. That's what we need. Yeah? And the way that we're going to do that, bro, is by coming to play this fluid football. If I do the twin 10 thing, bro, I think you're perfect for that. Don't go play that stealth football over there, blood. Yeah? And apparently Rodgers had doubts about what's, you know, how it's going to fit tactically for Arteta.
Yeah, but I already said that. Like, no self-respecting attacker wants to go play for Arsenal after seeing the football that these men have played for the last 2 years. Who wants to play that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're someone that fancies yourself as having a bit of individuality, having a bit of flair. You don't want to go play for Arsenal. Look at Eze dying at Arsenal. And then what? Rodgers going to go there and be Eze Mark II, bro. It's not... Bro, that's why I wanted him to go to Arsenal, I'll be honest, because I knew that it wouldn't work. So in my head, I was like, yo, that'd be a good signing. They'll just waste bare money and he'll be shit. But he'll be better for Chelsea, especially if he's playing in the twin 10 with Cole Palmer. Like, them two are playing in the 10. I think it's going to be lit still for you lot. It's a lot better for you than for them.
And the thing about it as well, yeah, like, even if he plays left wing in a 4-2-3-1, I know people are trying to write off Gittins, but I will give Gittins another season because now there's someone ahead of him who has more experience that he can learn from. Gittins and Rodgers are the two different profiles you would want on the wing. You know what I'm saying? Because even before we had Sancho before, and I used to tell you all the time, Sancho and Mudryk is a good dynamic to have on the wing because one's more ball to feet.
Yeah, and one's more direct, running behind kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly, bro. So if you've got Rodgers there that's trying to play mate from the left, you've got Gittins that can come off the bench, and he's more up and down, just going to try and run. And let's see if we can give this guy the confidence. He's another one that came from Man City too, right? So he can look at Rodgers and use my man as a way to kind of learn. You can't learn from Shirley, bro. At least he can learn from Rodgers. You know what I mean, bro? So end of the day, bro, like me, I'm happy with the signing because I know how versatile the guy is, right? And on top of that, he adds height to our team because our team, bro, they've been bullied physically for a while, bro. You know what I mean? They've been bullied physically for a minute, bro, and it's good that we're adding a little bit more height there because in terms of winning duels and that, he's quite good at that. You know what I'm saying? And yes, he has his purple patches. I understand that. I've talked about it for time. When people go on about him like he's world class, I always say, yo, simmer down a little bit, bro. Like Rodgers is a very good player, but I feel like people overrate him a bit. He has times in the season where he will be a bit quiet.
Yeah, he's a purple patch player. Like he can turn up and slap a 25-yarder in the top corner, or you can just ghost. Like, do you know what I mean? You don't know what player you're gonna get.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. But this is where it's a challenge now for Xabi, who apparently even wanted him when he was at Middlesbrough, right? Before he went to Villa, Xabi Alonso was trying to buy him for Leverkusen, bro. So that's another thing. It's long-standing interest. You know what I mean? It's not like he only just looked at him now and tried to get him for Chelsea. He wanted him for himself already, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know, Xabi Alonso, I'm hoping that he can improve him. I'm hoping that, you know, the fact that he's at a bigger club now with potentially better players, that will make him more consistent. And if he becomes more consistent, he's on the way to becoming a world-class player, bro. Because if you can get Rodgers playing like the way that he does...
we need to calm down with these world-class shouts, bro. Like,
bro, if he becomes more consistent, of course he'll become world class.
No, he won't. He won't. He's not good enough.
You don't think Rodgers could become world class?
Hell no. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think Rodgers could become world class?
Nah, he can be a good Premier League player, but nah, he don't have the intangibles to be no world class player, bro. We need to slow down.
Tell me why then. Go tell me why.
Okay, all right, cool. What would you say his outstanding qualities are as a footballer?
I would say his ball carrying. I think he's got a good finish on him as well. I think his creativity is decent too, bro. I'll be real. And like I said, he's physical.
Yeah, it's a no from me, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know about creativity. I don't know about creativity. Ball carrying maybe. Ball carrying maybe will give you that because he does the bumper cars thing where he'll turn and he'll carry the ball. Yeah, that's about it. Do you know what I'm saying? He can strike the ball well. He can strike the ball well at times. Do you know
you saw it against your club last season. You saw it against your club last season.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I said he can strike the ball well at times, but he doesn't do it consistently. You know what I'm saying? That there's nothing consistent about him. How old is he?
He's 23, bro.
Yeah, it's a no. It's a no from me. I don't think he's gonna get much better, but I think because remember, Aston Villa are not a bad team. You know, Aston Villa play Champions League football, so it's not like he's coming from Crystal Palace or something like the level. Brother, you could argue that he's going to a worse team right now. So
yeah, right now we're worse than Villa. Of course we are.
But this is what I'm saying. So from what I've seen of him at Aston Villa, going to a worse team, I don't expect him to be better. Like if he was playing with shit players and then he went Chelsea, I could say, you know what, the players around him might bring something out of him that we haven't seen. But for me, he's not even going to a better team at the moment as it stands.
Come on, Rant. Bro, you're now I don't want to like using. I don't like using the word disingenuous because it's banged out on this team.
No, but it's the truth though, bro. Aston Villa, as we sit here right now, yeah. Bro, Aston Villa finished. Where did Aston Villa finish?
They finished 4th.
Rotted. See, okay, so they finished 4th, and you finished. Where did you finish?
You finished 10th. Bro. End of the day.
So as we sit here right now, these men are better than you.
Yeah, but bro, we're talking about him as an individual, and you're trying to use the team. Yeah, you're trying to use the team.
Because a team can bring a different dimension out of a player. Like, for instance, when I saw Casemiro at Man United, I saw different facets of Casemiro's game that man never saw before, blood. Man never saw his aerial prowess like that at Real Madrid. Man never saw his ability to crash the box in that at Real Madrid because he had a different role. So what I'm saying is, like, when I'm looking at him at Aston Villa, yeah, who've got a very good manager that knows how to structure the team well and get the best out of his players, which Unai does. Do you know what I'm saying? Going to Chelsea, just on face value, is a sideward step at best.
Well, bro, of course it's going to look like that because we just literally had the worst season I've seen in my whole life supporting Chelsea, bro. If this guy came to Chelsea Football Club the year that we won the Club World Cup and you know when we finished fourth and that, your take would be different because what you were watching was different. Yeah. I saw a clip even come up the other day of you when Cole Palmer was doing a madness against PSG, what you were doing that day, bro. Yeah. What a goal, Cole.
Brother, I like Cole Palmer though. That's not a secret.
Yeah, but that's the point that I'm making.
Cole Palmer's not Morgan Rogers though. Morgan Rogers ain't Cole Palmer.
You're missing the point.
Much better footballer than Morgan Rogers.
You're missing the point. You said
what is the point?
You said it's a sideways step right now because Villa are a better team than Chelsea right now. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, but what I also said is, this is the point I made. The point I made was, I don't know what attributes, this Chelsea team can bring out of him that I haven't seen at Villa. Because like I said, it's not like it's a Cunha situation where he's coming from relegated Wolves or something like that. The guy's coming from a good team already. So I'm not expecting to see anything different in a blue shirt that I saw in the claret. Like I'm not expecting to see the same player. And what I've seen, that's not 117 million. That's just a decent Premier League player.
Rants, what I'm saying to you is, bro, is you're missing the point, bro. The key thing that I said, every world-class player, one thing about world-class players that separate them from the rest is that they are consistent, right?
I know, but one thing about world-class players is they tend to be world-class, when they're 16, blood. You know them ones. They have world-class attributes. Like Rodgers don't have no world-class attributes.
Of course he's got world-class attributes.
What are the attributes, Don?
How many?
23 years old. If you're 23 and you're not world-class, you're never gonna be world-class.
Bro, you're not gonna tell me that there's bare guys that can carry the ball like Rodgers. You're not gonna tell me that, bro. There's not many that can carry the ball. Like
if you're athletic, you can carry a football, blood. Like it's not.
Can you name me all the similar ball carriers to him in the Prem? In the Prem. Name me all of them.
Brother. Bro, I'm gonna have to stop you there. You know why? You know why? Because, bro, I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation. Now, who was we? I don't remember who I was talking to the other day, guys. When did ball carrying become a fucking quality, a world-class quality? Ball carrying.
Of course, it's a world-class quality,
ball carry, bruv.
A man's taking you from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch.
Brother, get the fuck out of here, bro. Hey, listen. Hey, Don. Who do you think, And
he scores goals.
Who do you, like, bro, out of midfielders, who are your top 5 midfielders, like, off the top of your head of all time? In terms of, like, skill set. Bro, just throw me 5 midfielders that you think are top class.
Bro, hold a second. There's many world-class midfielders that haven't got a ball carrying trait.
No, but bro, what I'm saying is, think in your head, like no, let's play a game. In your head. No, bro, in your head, just think of 5 midfielders that maybe growing up you thought, yo, these man are cold, like world class. They could be from the Prem, they could be from in it. Name them.
Yeah, but bro, I don't get the point of your question because
the point is,
Go on.
Ball carrying, just because you can carry a football, man can't say it's a world class attribute because most of the world class midfielders man had growing up, they weren't ball carriers.
And we also had some world class.
These men were passers, bro. These men were intelligent. These men were all of these things, but ball carrying, bro. Listen, you know what? I can pass a ball way quicker than you can carry it.
Okay.
Well then, so I don't give a fuck about your ball carrying. If we play a little game, Don, and you pick up the ball and you carry it through midfield, bro, I'll take one touch and I'll pass it. See who gets there first.
Yeah, but bro,
man don't want to hear about ball carrying, bro. That's the most overrated attribute in for midfielders.
That's your opinion,
carrying, brother. That's your opinion. Out of here, bro. You know who carries the balls? The coach after the session, blood. That's who carries the balls.
That's your opinion.
That's
your
crazy.
Opinion, though. The fact that I asked you, I said to you, name me all the players.
Brother, if ball carrying,
if
you're a midfielder and your best attribute is ball carrying, you're cooked. I'll be honest.
Bro, but the thing is, you're going on like there's other parts of his game that aren't good. and the thing is, hold on, you're going on like there's parts of his game, that there's other parts of his game other than ball carrying that aren't good, bro.
I asked you what are the world-class attributes, and you said ball carrying. All ball carrying is
a very good attribute.
Seeing space and running into it. Anyone can play football with space.
If it's so easy, name me all the players that can do it in the Prem.
Brother, anyone can run into space when there's grass there, done.
bro. The thing is, you don't want to answer the question about how many players that can do that. Yeah?
Anyone can do it, bro.
You know,
Don, listen to what I'm saying.
You know, there's not many.
Running into space is not a world-class attribute. I can just pass the ball, bro.
Let me explain to you why it is, bro. Let me explain to you why it is. Because every footballer plays the game differently, bro. Right? Every player plays the game differently, bro. That ball carrying, the reason why I'm saying it's a world-class trait is because there's not many that can pick up the ball from deep in your own half, carry you up the pitch, right? Attract players towards them and create space for others.
So how come Rice can run with the ball, but he can't pass it?
Say that again?
How come Rice can run with the ball into space, but he can't pass it?
But hold on. If anyone argues that Rice's skill is his passing, then you're cooked. You're cooked. But Rodgers, he's an attacker, bro. So if an attacker,
how can you potentially be a world-class midfielder if you can't pass?
So Rodgers can't pass now.
But what you think Rodgers is a passer?
I never said it. I never said he's a great
attribute passer. Is grab the shit and run, bro.
Exactly. And I've seen him score like that. I've seen him create like that. I've seen him actually have.
I've seen a world-class attributes. I'll be honest.
I have seen Rodgers carry the ball and create for someone. I've seen Rodgers carry the ball and bang in a goal. Yeah.
I've seen Rodgers do what Rashford does: pick up the ball, cut in on the right foot and shoot. Blood. That's what I've seen.
At end of the day, however you want to look at it, bro. Yeah. If you want to view the game like that, you can view the game like that. End of the day, there's not many that can carry the ball.
He's a midfielder, Don.
Bro, hold on, Rants, bro. Hold on. There's not many like him, right, that can carry the ball the way that he does. It's a rare skill to have, bro. Not everyone can do it. That's why every time people talk about Baleba, it's, oh yeah, Baleba's a very good ball carrier, can carry the ball into space.
But this is why I don't want Baleba as first choice midfielder, because if you're telling me that man's best attribute, is carrying the ball, blood, go get me Adam Wharton that could pass, bro.
Yeah, but bro, listen, you need different profiles in the team. That's how you build a good squad.
You do need different profiles, but there's certain profiles, there's certain profiles that man don't need. It's cool if man has it, but man don't need it. If I was building a starting 11, I'm not looking at my midfielders like, oh, none of these lot can run with the ball. Pass that shit. Yeah, but my wingers run with the ball.
Yeah, but Rants, hold on, bro. Yeah, how long have I told you that Chelsea Football Club, the last real ball carrier that we had through the middle was Felix? How many times have I told you this, bro? I've told you we need a different dynamic in there.
And where's Felix now, blood? Like, bro, what you missing his ball carrying at Chelsea? Come on, G.
You're missing the point, bro. This is not
missing the point. And no team needs a ball carrier midfield.
Bro, regardless of what you think of Felix, regardless of what you think of Kovacic, these were good profiles to have.
Kovacic is a very good ball carrier in tight spaces, better than Morgan Rogers.
You can argue that, but what I'm saying is he was a very good profile to have. Kovacic is
way better than Morgan Rogers.
Kovacic, would you say that Kovacic was world class?
I think at one stage I would say, yeah, he was.
And let me tell you something about that guy, bro. That guy's
he better than Morgan Rogers.
That guy's creativity stunk, right? That guy's passing range wasn't great.
But he was a possession baller, bro. I don't even see Rodgers doing that.
Now you see what I'm saying?
But I see Rodgers just dribbling and losing.
This is where I've got you. This is where I've got you.
Brother, you don't have. Trust me, you don't have.
Let me explain.
You don't have.
Why I've got you.
Rodgers don't have the football IQ of Kovacic.
Let me explain why I've got you, bro. Let me explain why I've got you. Because
you don't.
You just said. No. Let me explain why I've got you, bro. You just said, that Kovacic was world class at one point. That's what you just said, right?
Yes.
And if you actually know Kovacic, if you watch Kovacic week in, week out, you would know that guy's best trait was his ball carrying. That's what his best trait was.
Bro, and his short passing and his football IQ, brother.
Yeah,
he got football IQ. Kovacic on the half turn, and in the pocket was lethal, bro. My man, Rodgers ain't that.
Amazing. That's great. But end of the day, the point that I'm getting at, there was so many parts of his game that were bang average. His shooting was bang average, right? His passing was bang average. Away from the short passing, it was bang average. So
away from the short passing. No, he was just a short passer.
Hold on, Rants. Hold on, bro.
He was just a short passer, though.
Exactly. This is my point. Overall, as a player, Kovacic was actually quite limited. But what he was very good at,
agreed.
He was very good at. Yeah, that's the point that I'm making. He was very good at. There is not many players that can carry the ball like Rodgers.
Way better than Rodgers at it.
Okay, you can say he's better. But I'm saying, I'm saying right now there is not many that can carry the ball.
Listen,
like
Kovacic
There's not many that can carry the ball like Baleba.
Kovacic, yeah, in these tight spaces, receiving the ball was closer to Modric, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? When man's looking at Rodgers, he's closer to Madueke, bro, than he is to Modric. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like his feet ain't that good. You're hallucinating, bruv. You're hallucinating if you think man's got the happy feet like Kova on the half turn press resistance.
Okay, so then
you don't have that.
Hold on, man. So if Rodgers' ball carrying ain't that great, why can't you name me the players that are similar to him when they carry the ball in the Prem?
Bruv, just right because you've got a unique profile, yeah, because you're big and athletic and you play centrally, that don't mean that you're sick. It just means you've got a unique profile, bro.
Yeah, but end of the day, like I've said, bro, he's got a profile that he's got a very good skill that not many have. Same thing as Kovacic. Kovacic had a very good skill that not many had. And even though he was limited in other areas, bro, that one skill that he had, he was able to do it better.
No, but you say not many have, yeah. But the truth is, yeah, a lot of top midfielders, yeah, are good on the half turn, yeah, and in the pockets, like Kovacic. They just don't look the same. A lot of these men are good like that.
Let's move on a little bit because I feel like we're going around in circles, yeah. But ultimately,
when we're looking at midfielders, yeah, bro, we just saw Danny Olmo and all these guys, little pocket players, half turn and all that. What is that? Rodgers, yeah?
No, but Rodgers ain't really that type of ain't like a Danny Olmo. What? Danny Olmo is
is Rodgers not a 10 or is he a wing 10 or like what is man calling it now? L10 and that left 10 and them things. What is he?
If you ask me who's better on the ball, I'll probably say, yeah, almost probably is better than Rodgers on the ball. But that doesn't mean that Rodgers is rubbish on the ball.
No, but I'm just trying to work out, because you're talking about profile, so I'm trying to work out what position he's in so I can compare him with these other players to see where, because you're like, you said that he could be world class.
Yeah, and I stand by that, bro. I stand by that because end of the day, when I've seen this guy, all that guy needs is consistency, bro. Let me tell you something about Villa, Rants, yeah? Last season, Villa started the season, if you remember.
But bro, what do you mean by consistency?
I'm explaining it, bro. I'm explaining it. Yeah. Last season,
more than he isn't. So,
bro, that's the point that I'm getting at. I need to see
he's consistently mediocre. He's mediocre.
No. I need to see you have, bro. Listen, stop being silly now, yeah. Because you saw what
I'm not being silly. You said he could be world class. I'm letting you know it's never gonna happen.
Hold on, you saw what he was doing to Euro before he even bagged. Euro was having a bad day in the office.
This has nothing to do with the price of bread, Don. Do you know what I'm saying? You said world class.
No, we could talk about the price of bread after, but I never said it's world class now. I said Rodgers, to become world class, needs to become more consistent, and that is what Chelsea need to do. We need to bring better players around him. Xabi Alonso needs to make sure the team's playing good, and majority of the season we need to say, Rodgers most of the season he was top. Sometimes players can have their off days, but most world class players, bro, their off days are minimal, right? Rodgers has too many off days. That's the problem right now, and that's what I'm getting at, bro. Yeah,
I hear it.
Because last season, bro, I watched Villa most of the season last year, bro. How many times did I tell you about this team? Yeah, these guys went like 4 or 5 games without scoring a goal at the beginning of the season, if you remember. Right? I
do, yeah. I think the first 5 games they didn't score.
They didn't score, and Rodgers looks like a shell of himself, bro, because he had a good season the year before that, and then when he got into form. Bro, they went on that run where they were winning bare games, like 11 games unbeaten, 12 games unbeaten, or whatever it was. And then towards the end, bro, they fell off again, and he fell off again, right? They only finished. Wait, leave this up as well. They only finished, yeah, the way that they did above us because Liverpool.
They're better than you.
Liverpool. Let me finish, bro. Liverpool and Chelsea were more inconsistent than them, right? Towards the end of the season, bro, Villa were dropping points, bro. Villa were losing games. Villa were drawing games. But guess what? They will draw a game. We lose a game. They lose a game. We lose a game. That's what kept happening. We should have left Villa time ago, bro. Yeah. I told you one of the bets that I had was we're gonna finish above Villa. My boy's probably even listening right now. He's not a biggest fan of yours, in fact. Yeah. And we bet £100 that I'm gonna finish above Villa. I had to pay my £100, bro, because Chelsea won a jolting. Yeah. Now go back to that last tweet that I got, the last message that guy said there. Yeah, man said, "Oh, he's inconsistent because his ability,
lack of ability. That's why he's inconsistent because he's not that good, bro.
No, bro, it's not about that. It's not about that. I've seen many players who are more talented than this guy, and they're inconsistent too, right? And
I've seen that is also true. And I've seen many players, true. But if you don't have the ability,
hold on, Rants, yeah? I've seen many players like Kovacic who are quite limited as players, but they still end up being world class.
But Kovacic's technical ceiling's way higher than this youth.
You're not listening to what I'm saying, bro. Guys like Kovacic are quite limited as a midfielder, as a midfield package. They're quite limited.
No, he is limited, but he's still got more about him than Morgan Rogers.
They became world class at some point. Hold on, bro. They became world class at some point because their craft, what they're very good at, they were doing that consistently. That's the point, right? They were doing that consistently. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, Rodgers can become world class at Chelsea.
Yeah, but it's not just consistent. It's not just the ability. It's the IQ. It's the understanding of the game. Like Kovacic, yeah, from a fundamental standpoint, receives the ball better, scans and uses his surroundings better, has a better understanding of distance, all of these other things. These are things, yeah, that you can't teach players. They just have them, bro. His schooling, his foundation is just better. Morgan Rogers is a... No, but Morgan Rogers is a player, yeah, that relies... No, but bro, it's not that he doesn't have IQ, yeah. The vast majority of his game is built around his athleticism and his physicality because he's a big, strong guy, bro. But from a fundamental football level, he's not even on a Kovacic level.
Yeah, but bro, end of the day, you can say all of that, but end of the day, like we're not gonna now act like Rodgers is so bad on the ball, bro. Like,
but he's not bad. I never said he was bad. You're the one that said he could be world class. That's where I had to stop you there. If you just said, yo, because I even said it's gonna be a good signing for you. I said he's gonna be a good signing for you. He's a good player. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he cost you, man, like double what we paid for Mateus Cunha, pretty much, yeah. He's not better than Cunha. He's not gonna be better than Cunha, and I don't think Cunha's world class.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
I don't think Cunha is world class, bro. Let me read some of these world class. Cunha's better than Brendan, you know, better than Rodgers.
But Rants, if Cunha, why would you say that Cunha's not world class, bro? Let me ask you that.
He's not world class.
But why is he not world class?
That's just my opinion.
Why though?
I just don't think he has the attributes.
You don't think the attributes?
I don't think his foundation, yeah, is good enough. I don't think so.
Let me ask you then. Have you ever seen Cunha have a run of form, yeah, where he's looking like a world-class player?
Yes and no.
So you're telling me that you haven't seen a form?
Technically, I'm taking Cunha over Rodgers all day. However.
I know why you don't want to answer the question, bro. Because
no. Because technically, I still think Cunha is a better player. He's way more dangerous than Rodgers. Way more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But Cunha, I've never looked at Cunha and said, oh, this guy can be world class, because I don't believe he can be world class. I don't believe he can.
Let me tell you why you believe that, bro. Because that guy is inconsistent. Yeah.
No, but it's not. Bro, I wouldn't even say that.
That's why.
I wouldn't even say that Cunha's inconsistent, because Cunha is consistently erratic, bro. But he's not inconsistent because you know what it is with Cunha? Even when Cunha's not playing well, you see glimpses of real quality from this guy. You see glimpses. He could be having a horrible game, and then man will just take the ball, touch out of his feet, and whip it top corner out of nowhere.
You've just proven my point.
No. I haven't proven your point. The reason why I don't believe he can be world class, it's not the lack of consistency in his performances. The lack of consistency comes from a technical grounding that man don't have, bro. And it's the same with Rodgers. Fundamentally, these men can't be consistently at a high level because they don't do everything at a consistently high level because they're not good enough to do it.
So basically, what we're saying is, in order for you to become in order for you to be
you have to be competent.
Let me finish, bro. Yeah. In order for you to become world class, your technical ability has to be Ronaldinho level.
No, but no one said nothing about Ronaldinho.
Like, what are we doing, bro?
No one ever said nothing about Ronaldinho.
You have already said that Kovacic,
a consistent first touch here.
I've seen
a consistent first touch here goes a long way in football. You don't have to be Ronaldinho to have a consistent first touch.
Bro, do you know how many times I would see Kovacic turn a man and struggle to give a simple through ball, blood? Do you know how many times I used to see that shit?
Brother, listen, the exception don't make the rule. More often than not, more often than not, Kovacic, is competent on the ball, bro. Cunha's not. Rodgers ain't.
You see, that's what I'm saying. You're moving the goalposts for
no man's not moving it.
You are moving the goalposts.
Fundamentally, I don't believe these men are good enough to be world class. Because to be world class, you have to have a certain you have to have, within a certain framework here of their foundation, you need to have a certain level of competence. If the competence is not there, it can't magically improve. It can't just be there, bro.
Was Cunha one of the best attackers in the league last season?
I can't just sit here and say he was. He got 10 goals or something like that. He was our best attacker.
He was one of the best attackers in the Premier League last season. Just yes or no?
I don't know.
Why did you get third, bro?
Why did I get third? Because we got loads of good attackers.
How many, bro? That guy, the man of
brother, we're the only team in the league that had more than 10 goals scored by more than one attacker. We got 3.
He was one of the most successful signings from the summer, bro.
Yeah, he's one of the reasons why you. Cunha's better than Rodgers. So what's your point?
The point is, he's one of the main reasons why you got third. And if he was more consistent,
so does that mean he's world class?
If he was, I never said he's world class. That's why you're not listening, bro. I said if he was.
No, you're not listening because we're having this conversation because you brought up world class. Cunha don't have to be world class to score 10 goals in the Prem.
Bro, I never said he's world class. I'm saying the reason why people don't call that guy world class is because he's inconsistent. That's the point that I'm making, bro.
And I'm saying, why is he inconsistent?
Say again.
Why is he inconsistent? Because fundamentally, he makes too many mistakes, bro.
He has.
Because he don't have the ability.
He has bare games where he's a ghost. He has a bare games where he's not influencing.
Because he don't have the ability, bro. That's what I'm saying.
There's many reasons why. But at the end of the day, if your team improves, Rants,
Don, it's an ability thing.
It's not just about ability, bro. You can look at the team at times as well, bro. Right? Because the same way you're looking at Villa's team, and you're looking at Chelsea's team. You said that Rodgers won't get any better because Chelsea's team ain't all that. That's what you said. So I
didn't say he won't get any better.
If you man improve your team even more,
Don, listen to what I said.
Don, become even more consistent.
Don, I didn't say he's not going to get any better. I said he's not necessarily coming from a weaker team, so I don't expect to see anything from him that I haven't already seen. I didn't say that he can't surprise me, but what I'm saying is he came from a better team, and what I saw with him at a better team, I wasn't impressed by that. That wasn't 117 million for me. That wasn't a potential world-class player. I never saw Rodgers at Villa saying, oh my God, he looks like he can be world-class, sign him. I've never felt that way about it.
That's your opinion, bro. And the thing is, with your opinion on Cunha, I look at Cunha and I believe that if he was more consistent, he could become world-class, bro.
Right? I know, but I don't believe he can be more consistent because fundamentally he's not good enough. And I feel the same way.
I think he can become more consistent for you, man. I'll be real. I think he can.
He can be more consistent for us, but that's not saying much. I don't believe, I believe the reasons why he's not a world-class footballer, because he's got the attitude, he's got the work rate, determination, he's got the strength, he's got all these things. But from a fundamental standpoint, his first touch is never going to be crispy because it's just not there.
Every world-class player has had.
No, his reading of the game, it's not always there. There's loads of things that aren't always there. So for me, he can't fix those things because they're fundamental flaws. That's why I don't believe he can be world class. That's not to say that he ain't got qualities. He's got qualities.
The logic, hold on. The logic, this is what I'm saying. You're contradicting yourself now.
I'm not, bro. I'm saying it's an ability thing.
You are, because I can look at.
How do you get consistency without ability, Don?
Bro, you said that Kovacic was world class at one point, right? I can argue that this guy did not have a lot of fundamentals.
His foundations are better. His foundations are better, bro.
Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. I can argue to you that
you're not listening, bro.
You're not listening, bro. Let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, I can argue to you that Kovacic's fundamentals were not enough for him to become a world-class player. Because overall, I'm telling you now, bro, that guy's passing was just meaty, bro. Yeah. Apart from the short passing, his passing range weren't great, and his shooting, bro. All that guy ever did was score bangers. That's what he did. Yeah, 2 goals a season were mostly bangers. A lot of the time, man's shooting like Gusto, bro. Yeah. So I can say the same thing to you about Kovacic. If I want to use your logic and be petty, I can and say, yo, I don't believe that Kovacic could have ever become world class because the fundamentals of certain parts of his game weren't there. But guess what? I'm not going to say that because the main skill that he had, he was so consistently good at that, bro. That the other parts of his game, you can kind of look at it and say, you know what? They're the weaknesses, but he's so good at this. He's a world-class player. He's someone different.
I hear what you're saying.
Hold on, Rants. He has something different in the team that not everyone has. That's the angle I'm coming from with Rodgers, bro.
Yeah, but it's not enough to be world-class. If man are telling me that if your only world-class attribute is ball carrying, that ain't enough for my midfielder. Ball carrying.
there's other parts
Declan
of his
Rice
game
can ball carry.
but there's other parts of his game that are good too. That's the thing.
I hear it.
I think you're being harsh. I think you're actually being harsh, bro. I'll be real. There's many parts of his game that are good. I think Cunha can become world class at United, bro. Yeah, he won't become world class. He won't become world class at United with his poor decision making. He needs to improve his decision making. But I think he can become world class if he's more consistent.
One second.
The moment that United start to challenge people, the moment that the moment that they start to win trophies, the moment they start to go deep in the Champions League, and Cunha's consistently there, turning up, creating for people, getting goals, man are going to be looking at him like he's world class, right? That's what happens when you're at a big club. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Rants is coming from the angle that you need to be Iniesta, Ronaldinho, them, Zidane on the ball to be able to be world class. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, bro. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, bro. And then Certified says, Major says, what is your definition of world class, Don? Yeah. My definition of world class is being at a consistent level. Yeah. Majority of the season. Every player, when it comes to football, bruv, every player has strengths and weaknesses, right? Every player has strengths and weaknesses, bro. You know what I'm saying? So for the Rants is here trying to prop up Kovacic to a mad level, is world class and that, but this guy was so limited in other areas, bro. But he's trying to say the same. He's trying to do the same thing for Rodgers. It's all right for Rodgers, yeah. Rodgers' ball striking is good. It is good, bro. His long range shots are good as well. You know what I mean? Chris says, Don, it was you who mentioned world class. I never said he's world class right now. Yeah.
Nah, bro. He said he can be world class. I'm saying hell no. And exactly, Matisse. He's damn near 28. He's never gonna be world class, bro.
Hey, listen. he got his move quite late. You know what I'm saying? He got his move quite late, bro. Some players can become world class for 2 years, and that's it. I remember Sterling, bro. Sterling was world class for maybe a 2-year stretch, and then that's it.
I never thought Sterling was world class at any point. I thought he was putting up numbers that had him in world class conversations, yeah. But I think them numbers were being put up, yeah, because of the system he was playing in and the team that he was playing in. Raheem Sterling on his own, yeah, was never a world class player for me. But again,
and that's where we view the game differently, bro. Because you can't be doing what Sterling was doing at the level that
we do view the game differently, because you see stats and you see a world class player because of numbers. I don't see it. I see world class because of fundamentals.
It's not just about stats, bro. It's not just about stats, right? It's about his performances too, right? I used to talk to people about this all the time. Oh, Sterling, man, he's funny on the ball. I used to tell them all the time, bro. It might not be your cup of tea on the ball, but guess what? It works for him. Yeah. It works for him. The amount of time Sterling would just run past the guy, whip it across the box, goal. Yeah. His finishing was poor until Pep came, bruv. Pep actually
his finishing was still poor when Pep came, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Man was still missing open goals.
He wasn't the greatest in front of goal, but his finishing definitely improved.
Wasn't the greatest. He was poor in front of goal, bro.
He was, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. When Pep came, he improved his finishing, bro. He did. Right?
No, he just got chances closer to the goal, yeah. Done.
So the thing is, with me and Rants is very much like you're like the way that you're viewing the game is very much like you're fixated with like, oh, like they need to be Iniesta, they need to be Zidane. I don't look. No,
but they don't need to be Iniesta or Zidane. However, when you start talking about world class, there has to be a world class standard that we hold players to. When people start saying anyone can be world class, then it's not world class anymore if anyone can just be there. This is the thing. People throw around a world class tag so often in football. It's bastardized now. Everyone thinks anytime someone has a good season and gets a GA over a certain amount, they're just world class because, like, just ignore the eye test. Let's not watch them like, oh, they're world class, bro. No, yeah, man's trying to protect the fucking beautiful game. Not on these haram ballers can't all be world class.
Well, you think I don't do the same? You think I haven't gone back and forth with people trying to tell me
brother, you're doing madness right now.
I'm not doing the madness, bro. Morgan Rodgers
when you're saying someone can be world class, you're fully ignoring the fact, yeah, that in order to get to that level, you need to be showing things and you need to have things, yeah, in the chamber, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I wouldn't look at a 23-year-old, 24-year-old player and be like, oh yeah, this guy can be world class. And then when man are saying, oh, what's man's attributes like? What's man's attributes? Man's like a ball carrying and that. Like, yeah, bro, that's crazy. Yeah. Brother, that's crazy to me. You know what? That's crazy to me.
If you're gonna do that,
no,
yeah,
but bro, Don, let me land, please. Let me land here, yeah. Bro, you see in certain positions on the football pitch, yeah. there are certain skills that are non-negotiable. Do you know what I'm saying? They are non-negotiable. Just like for me, you can't be a world-class defender if you can't defend. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't read the game, yeah, and you don't have the intelligence and the positioning, no, you can't be a world-class defender, because if every time you're defending, you're panicking and everything is very much reactive, you just can't be at a certain level, bro. And it's the same with midfield, blood. If you can't receive the ball a certain way, if you can't pass and all these things, I can't sell a midfielder to someone saying, oh yeah, this guy's going to be world-class. Yeah, because he carries the ball well, like, because he runs with the ball well. Like, brother, if you give man grass to run into, most man can run into grass if you give them grass, like.
So Kovacic was never world class then, by your logic.
That wasn't just Kovacic's game, bro. So what you're doing now is you're minimizing his game. If you watch Kovacic in the pockets, yeah, on the half turn, how he's receiving the ball, how he's playing passes round the corner and all them things, Rodgers ain't doing that. So you're trying to make it look like Kovacic just picks up the ball and just runs with it. No, bro.
Like, do that a lot.
That's a facet of his game, but also he still has a short game. He still has the ability to receive the ball under pressure with players on them and take them out of the game with his first touch and stuff like that. Rodgers is more of a physicality player, bro. They're not the same.
You've never seen Rodgers do that before then, yeah? You didn't see him cook up Euro. You didn't see that.
Brother.
You didn't see that. You didn't see him go to PSG away. You didn't see him go to PSG away, the team that ended up winning the Champions League, and go cook over there, right?
Brother, listen. He's going to be world class, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He's going to be world class. Him and Cole Palmer's world class as well. And what's his name? Your striker's world class. So they'll fire you to the title next season.
João Pedro could definitely become world class too. 100%.
João Pedro has the most tangible skill set. If you said to me João Pedro could be world class, then you know what? I'm listening. But Rodgers, I ain't listening. You know what?
You know it is the Rants. That's the beauty.
If you said to me João Pedro, yeah, then I would have been like, you know what, Don? I'm not even going to shoot that down, because he's got special qualities in a footballer there that I can actually say, you know what, like, this brother can do a lot of things that a lot of men can't do. A lot of things. So I'm saying, you know what? Maybe he can be world class. How old is he?
Bro, this is what I'm saying. You're
how old is he, bro? Answer the fucking question, bro. Like what's the issue? How old is João Pedro?
João Pedro is what? How old is he? 26? He's 26. Let me check.
See, if he's 26, the likelihood of him improving a lot is probably not that high.
24, sorry, 24.
See, with his skill set at 24 years old, by the time he's 27, yeah, if you said to me, yo, next 2-3 years, João Pedro could be one of the best strikers in the world, I say, you know what, bro? I hear it, because I see the ability.
You know what's funny though, Rants?
Rodgers, I don't see that, bro.
Okay, that's fair enough. But guess what though?
I don't see that.
This is I'm glad that I mentioned João Pedro. It's a perfect example, right?
But I mentioned João Pedro.
Okay, you mentioned João Pedro. Cool. But I'm saying I'm glad that it's been brought up in this conversation, yeah? Because the discourse around this guy before he joined Chelsea was that, oh, we don't know his position. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's never scored. I don't think he's even scored 10 goals in the league. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. I'll let you come in, yeah? The conversation was, oh, yeah, well, I don't even know if this guy can score more than 10 goals in the league and that. No one was expecting this guy to score 15 Premier League goals the way that he did, bro.
Yeah, right? But Don, you're bringing Twitter conversations here, bro. Not everyone feels like that.
A lot of people like myself, like Matisse, I've seen Matisse in the chat, right? We're potentially looking at it like, you know what? With better players around him, with a better system around him, that output can go up, right? Because last season, bro, for a large part of last season, João Pedro was performing at a world-class level for a large part of last season, bro, right? That Club World Cup that he had was a world-class tournament that he had, bro, right? But end of the day, when he was at Brighton, bare man were looking at him thinking, oh, I don't know if it can become more, you know, Don. And then hold on. Now man are saying, hold on.
People saw his ability, bro. Like no one thought he was shit, bro.
Now we haven't seen Rodgers' ability. What type of conversation are we having here?
Brother, ability is a spectrum, bro. It's not just like he's good, he's shit. Like, no, ability is a spectrum, bro. João Pedro has way more ability than Rodgers, bro.
Bro, listen, whatever you think of that, the discourse at the time, we're not going to revise it, bro. You need to remember, I'm a Chelsea fan. I was speaking to many people about this, right? I was speaking to a lot of people.
You need to understand, you see the timeline politics and the tribal shit and all that? I'm not even like, bro, I'm not involved in those things because when, you know what's funny? When João Pedro went to Chelsea, yeah, I was like, yo, you know what? This youth's going to be better than Isak, yeah. And I was getting hammered, bro. I was getting hammered. Man was like, oh, Rants don't know this, Isak this, Isak that, Isak that. In my opinion, Isak ain't a better footballer than João Pedro. And he never has been. But you know what it is? I got cooked for that, bro. He ain't got more ability than João Pedro, but ability is just, you can't take ability to the bank to pay your bills, blood. You still need to do it.
You know, I just feel like
you still need to do it.
People now are doing this, the typical thing that they do when players come to Chelsea, bro. Because a second ago,
hey, you're not victims, Don. Like, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this now. You're not victims, Chelsea. You're not victims.
Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. A second ago, Cucurella was nowhere near being the best left back in the Premier League or even in the world.
That's not true because Man City tried to sign Cucurella for 60 million, bro, and they didn't want to pay it.
Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. Because man are trying to tell me how the fuck is Cucurella world class, right? How is Cucurella the best in the world? How the hell is he better than João Neves and that? Not João Neves, sorry. My man, at PSG. How is he better than all of these guys, bro? Cucurella's not top 3 in the world. How can Cucurella be top this? Now he's gone, he's left Chelsea. Oh my God, Chelsea.
No, but to be fair, Cucurella's getting ratings.
That's what happens, bro.
Because man's a world champion with Spain. It's got nothing to do with you, man. Do you know what I mean? You man finished 10th.
Listen, this guy technically, bro, right. This guy had a serious Euros, right? He won the Euros.
But we haven't seen it done. Hey, Don,
listen, at Chelsea, bro. We saw him moving.
Don, you're being cheeky now because when Cucurella went to Chelsea, he wasn't good. Do you know what I'm saying? And his first season at Chelsea was not good. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. Do you know what I'm saying? So think about it. You spent 60 million on the youth, which is one of the biggest transfers for a left back. So straight away, man expecting him to hit the ground running. He doesn't do that. So straight away, the jury's going to be out on him because that's how football fans are. Do you know what I'm saying? But his first season, he wasn't good. So, that's why he was getting the flack. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like he went there. And
what I'm saying is, even bro, the year that we got 4th, right? When Caicedo got Player of the Year, the year that we
23, 24,
the year that we won the Club World Cup and whatnot, right? This guy was at an unbelievable level, bro. Right? Club World Cup, he turned up. The Euros, he turned up. You've seen it in the World Cup now. Cuckoo had at least 2 solid years at Chelsea where he was at the top of his game. Last season,
but those weren't the first 2 years done.
I agree with that, bro. I hear that. But what I'm saying is, when he was at his top level in the Prem for Chelsea, man was trying to underplay how good he was because of Chelsea, bro. That's what I'm saying, right? Now, all of a sudden, now that
I agree, it's your club's fault. So why are you blaming us?
But this is my point, bro. This is my point. Man, I'm trying to do the same thing about RODGERS. Man, I'm now trying to do the same thing about RODGERS, bro. Now it's
because RODGERS has been playing Champions League.
Hold on, bro. Now it's we saw the ability with João Pedro, but we haven't seen it with RODGERS. Allow me, Woody, bro.
Brother, we just saw RODGERS.
Acting silly.
We just saw RODGERS in the World Cup, bro.
Okay, we saw him in the World Cup.
Yeah, but man are going on like we don't watch this guy. Like, no, like we've seen this guy. We saw this guy like 2 days ago. Like, there's nothing potentially world class about that brother. He might have a world class.
You want to use it? You want to use the World Cup? Why don't you talk about the game where he shelled you, bro?
I'm a world class barber, bro.
Why don't you want to talk about the game where he shelled you, bro? Yeah, I'm just documenting all of this because I remember a lot of. In fact, there was a lot of ops. In fact, that was trying to shoot down the João Pedro signing. Oh, João Pedro, man, look at how many goals. This guy's not really a goal scorer like that. What's he gonna do at Chelsea, bro? They don't even know his position in that. That's what I was saying, bro. There's nothing. Oh, he's good on the ball. He's a bit flary, but what's the end product? That's what I was hearing, bro. Now all of a sudden it's we saw João Pedro's ability. Yeah, we saw.
I can't lie, bro. Don, I can't lie. You're doing the Mourinho. You're doing the Mourinho siege mentality Chelsea thing, bro. I hope your team back it for you the way you're backing it for them next season. You know, because if they don't back it, you're looking mad. You know.
One thing about it, people like to do this whole revisionism when it comes to Chelsea, bro. And I've seen it for years. Now that RODGERS is here, it's not that good. Yeah. Caicedo came to Chelsea. I knew Caicedo wasn't that good.
No, but bro, listen to what I'm saying. It's not a now RODGERS is here because, bro, the way that I don't rate RODGERS, I wanted him to go Arsenal. Because I actually wanted him to go Arsenal because I knew they would spend a lot of money and he wouldn't necessarily do that much there.
He doesn't suit
He
them.
doesn't suit
You know
them.
what?
I wanted him to go to Arsenal and fail for my own satisfaction, but you, man, have ruined that for me.
You know,
That's
you know
the
what it is though,
reality.
Rant. You know
You
what it is though,
ruined
Rant.
it
Yeah?
for me.
What it is about this conversation, bro? It's a time will tell one, and time will tell, my friend. Yeah. Just what you need to do is hope that Xabi doesn't improve a lot of our players that have underperformed, right? Because I am documenting today, the 20th
Don,
of July.
I'll be honest, yeah.
2026,
Like
I am
thinking about
documenting this
Chelsea
today.
and watching about Chelsea is so low, bruv. It's so low on my Christmas list, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about you, lot. I have to worry about my own team. I'm not worried.
It wasn't long ago. I was coming on here and I was collecting them Infinity Stones like Thanos, and you were here talking about, hey, you see how Chelsea play, bro. You might have played some good stuff still, yeah. You know what I mean? That's one thing about you, bro. You go from hot to cold in 2 seconds, bro. That's one thing about you, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to make sure that I crash you, blood. Yeah. So you better make sure that Rodgers gets he doesn't get any better than what we've seen in Fetty. Yeah. It doesn't become more consistent than what we've seen. Because the moment that happens, Rants, and we start to win with this guy, bro, hopefully, inshallah, yeah, I'm telling you, this will come back up, and it won't be these guys that are clipping you up. It'll be me clipping you up. Yeah,
bruv, listen, clip.
You,
you know the way there, bruv. clip, bruv. You work for me.
Yeah?
All of it.
And you know my thing will go extra viral, Rants. You know my thing will go extra viral. Yeah, it's calm. It's calm. I've got what I needed today.
Bruv,
yeah?
Is Morgan Rogers better than Eze?
Is he better than Eze? I'll probably say Eze is more creative.
Yeah, so would I.
Say Eze is more creative. I think Rogers is better on the left than Eze. I think he's more explosive than Eze. You know, I think it's close, bro. It's close. I'll probably say it's close. But Eze's another one that could become more class. He just needs more consistency, bro.
Nah, he's another one that can't. Do you know what I mean? And I like Eze.
He's not consistent enough. He's got the ability, but he's not got the consistency, bro. That's the problem with him. That's the problem with him. You know what I mean?
I like Eze.
But I'm documented today anyway, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I like Eze. I think Eze technically has a lot of strengths, but again, the world class thing, it's not just what you can do on the football. It's about your awareness. It's about your IQ, bro. It's about all of these things. Do you know what I mean? Neither of these men are world class for me, bro. Like
Matisse
said, you don't understand.
You know so funny. There's so many players that we've seen here growing up, bro. Remember, Tarat had the ability to become world class.
Yeah, but this is where I was gonna say to you, it's not about technical ability alone. What people need to understand is, the difference between a good player and a great player, most of the time, is mastering the fucking basics and decision making. That's what it is. And the decision making, the IQ thing, that's an intangible that a lot of people don't really improve, bro. Intelligent players are always intelligent, bro. I don't see players with no intelligence and one day they wake up and all of a sudden all their decisions are correct. That doesn't happen. This is why when people were telling me Garnacho was going to improve, guess what? He didn't. You know them ones. Man told me, Rashford's going to get better. No, you know what happens with these players that are low IQ players? As they age, they get worse because they don't have the physical attributes.
Oh, so you think IQ? So you think Eze and Rodgers have low IQ?
Brother, low IQ sounds disrespectful. I'm not trying to disrespect them because I think they're decent players. But again, IQ is a spectrum. You get very high IQ players that see pictures, sees things before they happen, and you've got players that react to things. Players that react to things are not the same.
That right there. You see that right there. Pull up that thing right there from 10 United Road, right? Because again, mentality is an intangible that most world-class players have, bro. You know what I'm saying? Most world-class players. Let me read this right here. It says, the reason Eze isn't world-class is because his tech is very good. Like I said, his ability is very good, but not exceptional. And also, he doesn't have that I'm the best in the world mentality, but I think his IQ is up there, bro. Exactly my point, bro.
Yeah, but man saying he don't have the best in the world mentality and all these things.
He walks around the pitch. He's not trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck at times. You know, he's very much nonchalant and that. You're not going to become world-class playing.
Yeah, but bro, I don't agree with that because you look at that banger that Eze scored for Arsenal. Like, if Eze don't have a certain level of arrogance, he don't take that shot in the first place. That volley that he scored, I think it was in the Champions League. It was an absolute fucking chicken zinger. Like, if you don't have that level of confidence, and / arrogance, you don't even take that shot in the first place. So I completely disagree with the fact that people don't necessarily think just because he doesn't look openly arrogant, that doesn't mean that he don't fancy himself as a baller, bro. Like, he's a very skillful player. He fancies himself. Don't get me wrong. He does. That's why he chose Arsenal over Tottenham, because he fancies himself. Like, if he didn't fancy himself, he would have gone to Spurs.
Yeah,
you know
well,
what I'm saying? So I don't agree with these things, bro.
But at the end of the day, with me, because man are trying to cook me in the chat about your standards for world class and that, brother. First of all, I haven't even said Rodgers is world class. First of all, I said he's got world class potential, right? And me, I have had many conversations away from YouTube and on YouTube where I'm shutting man down that are trying to call certain man world class. I'm like, bro, just because they're one of the best in the world right now, like Saka's one of the best right wing options right now, it doesn't mean that he's a world class player. You know what I'm saying? But for me, this is my opinion, bro. You ain't got to agree with my opinion.
You're right. You're 100% right.
I've seen enough ability from Rodgers, right? I've seen enough ability from Rodgers when he's in a hot streak where I'm like, yo, this guy's definitely got world-class potential. But this hot streak, it needs to be consistent over 38 games. That's my point I'm getting out of these guys, bro. A lot of guys...
but here's my counter-argument, because I hear what you're saying. There's no such thing, yeah, as a player that's consistent over 38 games. But you know what? The difference is, yeah, the players that have the better fundamentals, their level drops the lowest. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because even Ronaldinho won a 9 out of 10 every game. But the difference is Ronaldinho's 7 was still a 9 of someone else's.
Not necessarily, not all the time, bro.
No, but it was though.
It doesn't work like that for every player. It doesn't work like that for every player, bro.
But this is what bro. I know it doesn't work like that for every player, but bro, this is what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, yeah. What I'm saying to you is, when you've got a hat. Let me just do this: the floor and the ceiling thing. This is the easiest way I can make you understand, because I said with Rashford, Rashford's floor is a 2 out of 10, and his ceiling's at 8.5. The floor's too low. There's other players where their floors are 7, and their ceiling might be, might be at 8. But the guy whose floors are 7 and ceiling's an 8 is a better player than the guy whose floors are 2.
That's why I said to you earlier, bro. You're looking at it from a technical point of view. That's how you're looking at it, bro.
Right, I'm talking about holistically. If you've got a 2 out of 10 floor,
yeah, bro,
fuck that.
You said Rashford's floor is a 2, whatever, because technically, bro, I've known you long enough now. But it's not just technically. It's the overall performance, bro. Bro, you don't rate Rashford's tech. You don't rate Rashford's tech.
But it's overall, bro.
And I get the point that you're making, because, for example,
I've never seen world-class players and seen them play, and I think, yo, is this brother drunk? Like, breathalyze this.
Let me finish what I'm saying, guys. I get where you're viewing it. That's what I'm saying. You view it differently to me. Your view is different to mine, right? Your point. I get it to it. I hear it to an extent, because if you look at Ronaldo and Messi, the logic that you're using, bro, I've used that logic for Messi and Ronaldo argument for years, right? You look at the ability, right? That Messi's got on the ball. The reason why Messi's able to
go decision making, it's not just tech.
The reason why Messi is able to carry on doing what he's doing at 39, bro, because he's got natural ability and he's technically better than Ronaldo. That's why he's able to.
Yeah, but also he's very intelligent as well. The pockets he picks up.
He's very intelligent. Ronaldo was intelligent too, but Messi on the ball was better than Ronaldo, right? And then you look at, for example, who was it? Modric. Modric was able to survive as long as he did, because on the ball, bro, technically, he's very better. He's very good, sorry. Yeah? When you've got that technical ability, bro, I get you. Your floor is higher, because naturally you're just more gifted. I get that point.
And then when you mix it in with decision making, then you get your Modric's and you get your...
Yes, I
those.
hear that.
If you've got technical ability without decision making, you get Desiree Doué, you get Jamal Musiala, you get these kind of players.
I get your point, but what I'm saying is I don't view it like that, bro. Because for me, as much as my favorite footballers are the Iniestas and these sort of guys, bro, like Xavi Hernandez and that, these technical, all-timers, Rodri, these sort of guys, bro, I can still appreciate that you can become world-class even if you're not as technical as those guys, bro. You can have flaws in your game. You can have flaws in your game that are clear to see, but you can be so good at certain attribute. Like
but Rodgers, you need decision making to tie that all together.
Bro, I've seen him have good decision making, but it's not consistent enough. That's what I'm getting at. That's why I said if Xabi can make this guy more consistent, he can become world class, bro. It's as simple as that, right?
All right,
it's as simple as that.
Fair.
So I hear it. You see where I'm coming from now? Do you get where I'm coming from now?
I hear what you're saying. I just don't believe a manager can make players more intelligent. It's either you're intelligent or you're not intelligent.
Yeah, but bro, you can listen. When Rodgers is trying to go on a run, like Cunha, for example, going on a run, when there's 3 man around you trying to take everyone on. That's a simple thing to analyze, bro. You sit a man down there and say, yo, listen, you even show the arrows on the pitch, bro. White Scout settings. Yeah?
I hear that, but bro, your natural instincts as a player, Don.
You show my man, bro.
But Don, your natural instincts as a player are always going to be your natural instincts, bro. Like, you can't coach, yeah? Do you think, bro, listen, if you could coach decision-making into players, someone would have coached it into Rashford already. Someone would have coached it into loads of other players.
Maybe he's not listening. Maybe he thinks he's too good. Maybe he's not listening. That's why you've got to listen. You got to soak up information, yeah? You got to soak up information because, wait, when I used to watch Salah at Chelsea, bruv, I had more time for Jeremy Boga, blood, yeah? I had more time for Jeremy Boga because Salah's decision-making was a mess. It was an absolute mess, yeah? But what happened, bro? With time, he learned, he kept going, he improved his decision-making. He improved as a player, bro. You know what I mean? I never looked at Salah and thought this guy could become world-class. He proved me wrong. He proved me wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because when I saw him at Chelsea, he was a mess, yeah? So all I'm saying is, yes, I get it, like, about the natural ability. I get your point, Rants. I'm just looking at it more from a different perspective. Because me, I'm like you. I rarely call anyone world-class. Matisse, I went back and forth with Matisse. He put Palmer in the world-class category after 1 season. I said, bro, for me, I'm not putting him there yet. I even spoke to you about this. I said, I'm not putting Palmer in there yet.
Yeah.
I'm seeing world-class stuff right now, but I have to give it a bit of time because my standards for world-class is longevity too, consistency too, over a long period of time, right? So I'm telling you, it's not easy for me to call someone world-class, but it's not difficult for me to look at someone and say, oh, I think this guy's got world-class ability. Just because I'm saying that, it doesn't mean that they're going to become world-class.
No, that's why I hear all of that, my bro.
The club need to make sure that we build a proper squad where we're winning a lot of games. He can improve, and Xabi needs to improve our team too. That is how he's going to become world-class. World-class players do not become world-class by themselves, right? They do not become world-class by themselves. All the world-class players you can look at of all time were in serious teams with other world-class players, bro. Yeah? They're in serious teams with other world-class players. That's how it works. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've got some guys like Harry Kane, he's world-class by himself at Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? Some people would argue, I didn't really watch Letizia, I was too young. Some people said Letizia was world-class. You get that sometimes, right?
Yeah,
but majority of the time, bro,
he was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So
I was too young, innit? What I'm getting at is most world-class players will be playing in it with other world-class players, bro. It's as simple as that. So if you want Rodgers to be world-class Chelsea, make sure you build the team properly, bro. Otherwise, it's not happening. Yeah. And if you do build the team properly,
I hear all of that. I hear all of that. I just think, you know, when you have conversations like this, yeah, when you have subjective conversations, there has to be something to base it off. And I always like to have something tangible to base things off. So as much as man can say, oh, ability, yeah, cognitive ability doesn't tend to improve massively for footballers. Intelligent players are always intelligent. I've never seen a player that's not intelligent and all of a sudden they have an epiphany. Like, I've never seen it.
I'm with you on that though, because for me, bro,
so what I'm saying is,
Mbappe won't survive long, bro. He won't survive long.
But this is what I'm saying. But there you go. So it's cognitive abilities. So when I see the man that don't have the cognitive abilities, as much as Mbappe maybe is not that high up on the spectrum, yeah, it's higher up than a Rashford. Like, when I look at players like Rashford and Mbappe and all these things, yeah, the truth is the difference between Rashford and Mbappe, yeah, and players like that, most of the time, of course, there's a bit of physical differences because Mbappe is lightning, but a young Rashford was lightning as well. But it's the cognitive abilities, it's the decision-making, it's the composure, it's all these other things that you cannot coach a player, bro. It's not just down to who can do more around the world, because I bet you Rashford can do more skills. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it. I get how you're viewing it. I'm just viewing it a little bit different. Like, our view is very similar, but mine's a little bit more lenient in comparison to yours. Yours is very much like I know how you are, bro. I know how you are.
Yeah, bro. I don't. You know what I don't like? What I don't like is loads of in sport. Yeah, in general, loads of people like to say, "Oh, yeah, like it's just my opinion. It's my opinion." Yeah, it can be your opinion. Yeah, but there has to be tangible things. Yeah, that we're basing these statements on. Man can't just throw in airy fairy statements out. I can't just see a player and say, "Oh, yeah, like he can be world class," and then you ask me why, and I'm not sure. Like, there has to be certain things that a player possesses, yeah, to be able to get into that club. Man can't just say anyone can come in.
Yeah, 100, bro. No, of course, I agree.
That's my thing. I can't just let anyone come in, because then it's not an elite club anymore. There's nothing. It's like Soho House. If anyone could just go in Soho House, no, it's not elite no more. You have to know someone with a membership.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or else you can't get in. Or we can't just be letting the fucking public in. It don't matter how much money you got. You can't just pay your way in, bro. Like, you have to know someone. You have to get recommended. And this is what the world-class club should be like. Man are just letting any fucking Tom, Dick and Harry in a world-class club. You got 30 GA one season. Oh, yeah, you're world-class. Nah, cool. You had a world-class season, if you want to call it that.
Bro, remember when Ramsey was moving? Ramsey was world-class at one point, on form. Yeah?
See, that's what I mean. We can't be doing this. Do you know what I mean? Because that means that Brazilian fraud at Brentford's world-class.
But I never looked at Ramsey and thought, you've got world-class potential. But he had a mad time where he was on crazy form. That, I can't remember what season that was, but it might have been like, I don't know, maybe 11, I can't remember, bro, 10, maybe 10, 11 or something. I can't remember what season that was, yeah, but he was getting crazy that season, right? I get where you're coming from, bro, because I'm the same, bro. World-class to me is sacred, bro. Cole Palmer was getting, over 40 GA with no Europe, and I still didn't call him world-class. I still didn't call him world-class because I'm like, yo, I need to see that again and again. Maybe he won't get the same numbers, but I need to see him consistently perform like this, right? You know what I'm saying? So when guys like Matisse were saying it early, it was a bit mad to me. As good as he was at the time, I'm like, yo, you know, tranquilo a little bit, bro. Tranquilo a little bit. When some people call Doué world-class, I've told you already, Doué is not world-class. I like Doué, but he's not world-class. Yeah?
But people would say that he's got world-class potential. Yeah, if he has a brain transplant, do you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? That's not going to happen.
Yeah, man. Right now in football, there's not many world-class players, bro. I'll be honest with you. There's just not.
But that's my thing. Do you know what I'm saying? We can do world-class for this era, but that's not world-class.
100%. I agree with you. I agree with that too.
There has to be a standard that doesn't shift. You can't just shift the standard because everyone else ain't good enough. They still need a bar. They need something to live up to, bro.
Yeah. I agree, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The moment that Rodgers stops being this purple patchy, player, right? Again, listen, it's unrealistic for this guy to be top in over 38 games. I hear it, bro. But if he consistently, carries on with playing well against the big teams, because his record against the big teams is actually quite good. You know what I'm saying, bro? He's actually put out some really good performances against the big teams. That's where you stand up as well, bro, because most casuals watch the games against the bigger teams.
No, so you're right. Your performances against the bigger teams, people are gonna notice them.
People are gonna notice them, bro. Man ain't gonna be calling you a flat track bully. Palmer gets cooked here because it's like, his big team record ain't that great, and that doesn't help him. You look at Rodgers against the big teams, bro. He shells it against Spurs. He shelled it against Arsenal, right? He shelled it against you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to do a little bit more research on that. But I've seen him play against the bigger teams. I'm like, yo, Rodgers actually had a really good game today. You know what I'm saying? But then these other little teams where you're seeing him week in, week out, bro, unless you're watching Villa, you won't see that my man's not having a good game. You're not going to see it. But I see it. I watch Villa a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm consistent, bruv. I preferred Morgan Gibbs-White to him, but I still said Rodgers is a very good player.
Yeah, I think Morgan's better. I think Morgan's got better fundamentals. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And that's what it is. So that's why I like to judge players on fundamentals, because those are the one thing that we can judge people across the board. No matter what position they play, you can judge a man's fundamentals. You can judge their first touch, their weight or pass. You can judge how they receive the ball. You can judge these things. It's not position specific. All these other things, it gets all airy-fairy. That's why I like to use a metric that I can use for everyone, or else then it's just straight opinions based on nothing.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I think Gibbs-White has more fundamentals, but again, I'm just looking at the strengths that Rodgers has, bro. They're unique, bro. Not everyone has them. If you look at
he can be a good player for you. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. So yeah, man, it's solid chat, bro. Everyone, big up the chat, man. I've got a cut. Man. It's been a solid one. It's been a solid one, still, right?
That's it. Man. Big up, people. Yeah, come on, man. Hey, listen, the link to Don's chat is his channel is in the title as usual. Do you know what I'm saying? So make sure, you know what I mean, that you lot get involved. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna redirect to Saeed because he's going live now. You know what I mean? Them man are gonna get I don't know. The man trying to get giddy over the young youth that's come to Man United. I have to tell them man to circle down in it, man. I ain't even want to hear about that youth right now. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. We got bigger fish to fry, blood. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully he does well at the club in the next couple of years, but I'm not expecting to see that brother next season.
Where's your winger?
Yeah, he's a winger. He's alright, blood. He just looks like a young Rashford, blood. Them players don't excite me. You know the one. So yeah,
What's
them man,
that term you say? Is a what? What's that
a
term
young
that you use?
Rashford, blood. Them ballers don't excite me, bro.
Nah, man. What's that term that you use for the brothers?
I can't even remember, bro. But all them black youths with dreads, they're all the same, bro. Them wingers, bro. You know what I mean? Them YNs, blood. Them Rashford regions. I don't know.
What's that thing you call it, bro? Was it ICC or something like that? What's that?
But the IC3 wingers, yeah, them man there, bro. Just like Nico Williams, them man are. Hey, Williams is dusty, you know. I'm seeing him linked to Arsenal. Hey, it's mad if they get him, you know. If Arsenal buy him, I might buy the shirt for banter. You know them ones there, like Nico Williams is trash. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know about these IC3 wingers, bro. Like this young G, listen, I wish you all the best because you're a young brother coming to Man United. Do you know what I mean? I wish you all the best, cuz. Do you know what I mean? But when I saw the comps, I didn't see no IQ, blood. I just saw pace and inshallah, bro. And those are not my kind of ballers, innit? So, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'll pray, innit?
Man said Medusa type ballers. Nah, end it on that note. End it on that note, cuz.
You get me? So, yo, big up everyone inside. You know what I'm saying? You lot, drop a Rants raid inside each chat, bruv. And man, we'll see you guys on Twitch later.